Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Now today we are going to be talking about the Texas weekend, so the All-Star race for the Cup Series and the regular races for the Xfinity and Truck Series races. First of all, before we get into it, we have to talk about the Nashville Superspeedway schedule. So practice and qualifying will be back for Nashville. So first on Friday, June 18th, it will be practice for Truck and Xfinity, qualified also for the Truck Series and the race as well for the Truck Series. It'll be very interestingly actually be on FS1. For Saturday, it will be qualifying for the Xfinity Series and the race as well, and we also practice for the Cup Series. So for the Truck Series, for running of the Rackley Roofing 200, and for the Xfinity for running of the Tennessee Lottery 250. And finally, on the Sunday, now qualifying and the Cup race as well on the same day for the running of the Ally 400. So let's now talk about the results, and we're mainly going to be starting off with the Truck Series. And the Truck Series obviously was won by John Hunt Nemechek. No one should be surprised about that. Second to him was Chase Elliott. Then third place, Grandin Finger, Austin Hill, Chandler Smith, Zane Smith, Todd Gilliland, Tyler Ankrum, Tanner Gray, and Josh Berry ran out the top 10, filling in for Timothy Peters. Then Carson Hocevar, Johnny Sauter, Derek Kraus, Brennan Poole, Austin Wayne Self, Ryan Truex, Chase Purdy, Corey Roper, Tyler Hill, and Matt Crafter running out the top 20. Notable finishes outside of the top 20. We got 24th place Haley Deegan, 26th place Ben Rhodes, 33rd place Drew Dollar, 34th place Stuart Friesen, 35th place Sheldon Creed, and 36th place Ross Chastain. So, firstly, Ross Chastain was actually disqualified at the end of the race. I don't really know where he actually finished. I think somewhere in the top 10. But obviously, he was disqualified from the race. Sheldon Creed had a terrible day at Texas. He first spun, I think, at first stage one, and then stage, I think at the end of stage one as well, he spun out again, hitting the wall, both times hitting the wall actually, and that caused him to retire. Stuart Friesen, I think it was stage two or stage three, he hit. I think it was stage two. He hit really hard on the outside wall, or the inside wall, can't remember, but that caused him to retire. Drew Dollar, as well, he also crashed. I think all of them actually crashed in turn two. I think, if I remember correctly, all of them crashed in turn two. So a little bit loose there for most of the trucks. Ben Rose and Deegan, I think they just had really bad runs. They just couldn't really capitalize on the results. We now move on to the Xfinity Series, and the Xfinity Series was won by Kyle Busch. Only one win away for getting that 100th win, which would be amazing. Second to him was dominated quite a lot as well. Justin Allgaier, then Austin Cindric, Daniel Hemrick, Brandon Jones, AJ Allmendinger, Noah Gragson, Brent Moffitt, Justin Haley, and Michael Annett ran out the top 10. And Ryan Sieg, Riley Herbst, Brandon Brown, Jeremy Clements, Landon Castle, Jade Buford, Josh Williams, Alex LeBay, Josh Berry, and Davis Starr ran out the top 20. Notable finishes outside of the top 20. We have 30th place of Harrison Burton, 32nd place of Jeb Burton, 33rd place of Maya Snyder, and making his first Xfinity Series debut, Jordan Anderson finishing 34th. Two drivers failed to qualify this race, which was the number 13 of Timmy Hill and the number 77 of Dylan Bassett. So, if I remember correctly, Harrison Burton, I actually can't remember what happened to him, but I think he had a little bit of a collision. I can't remember what happened, I'll be honest. I know Jeb Burton, I think, got helped by Josh Berry in the backstretch. That actually caused them to actually have a conversation at the end of the race. So Jeb Burton hit the inside wall and caused him to end his day. Maya Snyder, I think same thing happened to him. I don't know if he got any help, but he did turn. Well, he did got turned or got loose and hit into the inside wall. Jordan Anderson had a pretty shit day. Also, notable mention, shout out to Brandon Jones, who did a miraculous save at the end, at the exit turn 4. That was pretty nice. So that's the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Now, before I actually get to the All-Star races, I actually forgot to mention this at the beginning of the video, but I just want to give my thoughts and prayers to Felix Rosenqvist, who had a humongous collision in the first race of the Grand Prix of Detroit at IndyCar. Luckily, he is well, awake, and alive. I think he'll most likely be back in an IndyCar seat sometime in the future, but hopefully he does have a speed recovery after that humongous collision. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can search it up. It it should have broken his back, but somehow it didn't break any of his bones. So that's really nice. So that's really good for the safety of IndyCar and motorsport as a whole. So let's now move on to the All-Star weekend. So first, going to start with the All-Star Open race, and this only has 22 drivers, so I'm not really going to have any notable finishes outside of the top 20. I'm just going to show you all the drivers and that's it. So for the All-Star Open race weekend, it was won by, I guess, 3 or 4 drivers. So 4 drivers advanced to the weekend. So Eric Almirola won at the very end. So I'd say, well, around round 3, I guess. So Eric Almirola actually finally gaining some luck. Second to him was Matt DiBenedetto, who was the fan vote winner, also making him advance to the playoffs. Oh, sorry, to the All-Star race. Third, Chris Buescher, Chase Briscoe, Austin Cindric, Bubba Wallace, Justin Haley, Anthony Alfredo, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and Corey LaJoie ran out the top 10. Then Cody Ware, BJ McLeod, Josh Bilicki, Garrett Smithley, Quinn Half, James Davison, Timmy Hill, David Starr, and then Tyler Reddick and Ross Chastain, they already advanced into the All-Star race, so they're not really classified, but they did win stage 2 and 1. Eric Jones and Daniel Suarez crashed out in stage 1. Jones just got to lose at the DX of turn 4. Trying to save it. Suarez was coming in, hit him in the front end, and both their days were over. So that was the All-Star Open race. Just keep in mind that Eric Almirola, Matt DiBenedetto, Tyler Reddick, and Ross Chastain all advanced into the All-Star race. Now, guess who won the All-Star race? Now, it's pretty hard to really think who won it. Oh, what the fuck am I talking about? It's easy as hell. It's Kyle Larson, obviously. $1 million winner once again. Two-time All-Star race winner. Kyle Larson. Actually winning 2019 and 2021. Second to him was Brad Keselowski, who was hot on his tail. Then Chase Elliott, Joe Logano, Ryan Blaney, Alex Bowman, William Byron, Eric Almirola, Kyle Busch, and Kurt Busch ran out the top 10. Then Christopher Bell, Michael McDowell, Martin Truex Jr., Cole Custer, Kevin Harvick, Tyler Reddick, Matt DiBenedetto, Ross Chastain, Austin Dillon, Ryan Newman ran out the top 20. Last place, Denny Hamlin. So this race was a little bit lackluster. It wasn't really like there weren't really like a lot of notable things. Christopher Bell did a really nice save, and I think a lap 3, if I remember correctly, lap 3 and lap 1 of the race. He did a really nice save, but caution did came out. Ryan Blaney and Ross Chastain, they also made a couple good saves. Chastain also bringing out the second caution, getting pushed by Ryan Newman, obviously, into turn 1, caused him to spin out. Now, I just want to mention this. So the All-Star race, they do not count for points. They're an expedition race. So it won't really matter if you finish last or first. Doesn't really matter. Well, if you get first, you get $1 million. But this does not count for points at all. So the standings for the Cup Series will stay the same from Sonoma. This is until Nashville, which is next weekend. So with all of that out of the way, let's now talk about the standings only for the Truck and Xfinity series. So for the Truck series, John Hunter Nemechek still in the lead, then Ben Rhodes, Austin Hill, Todd Gilliland, Zane Smith, Sheldon Creed, Grant Finger, Matt Crafton, Stuart Freese, and Carson Hocevar rounding out the top 10. Then Chandler Smith, Johnny Sauter, Austin Wayne Self, Tyler Ankrum, Derek Kraus, Ryan Truex, Haley Deegan, Tanner Gray, Rafael Losar does not count, Chase Purdy rounding out the drivers who most likely will be who actually has a chance of being in the playoffs. So this is what the playoff bracket looks like. John Hunter Nemechek still in the lead, then Ben Rhodes, Todd Gilliland, Sheldon Creed, all those 4 still have wins. John Hunter Nemechek is definitely a favorite to win this whole thing. Then Austin Hill, Zane Smith, Grant Finger, Matt Crafton, Stuart Friesen, and Carson Hocevar ran out the top 10. Chandler Smith, Johnny Sauter, also myself, Tyler Ankrum, Derek Kraus, Ryan Truex, Haley Deegan, Tanner Gray, Chase Purdy. All of them are the same. Let's now move on to the Xfinity series. And Xfinity series still Austin Cindric still in the lead. Then AJ Allmendinger, Daniel Hemrick, Harrison Burton, Justin Allgaier, Justin Haley, Jeb Burton, Brandon Jones, Noah Gragson, Mike Ornette, Jeremy Clements, Brandon Brown. This is a very, very fucked up standings now. Maya Snyder Brandon Brown technically ran out the playoff picture, but it's a bit weird, I'll be honest. Maya Snyder, Riley Herbst, Josh Berry, Ty Gibbs, Ryan Sieg, Landon Castle, Alex LeBay, Tommy Joe Martins. Those drivers actually have a chance other than Ty Gibbs. But this is what the playoff bracket currently looks like. It is very, very weird. So this is what it looks like. Austin Cindric still in the lead, and AJ Allmendinger, Justin Allgaier, Daniel Hemrick, Jeb Burton, Justin Haley, Harrison Burton, Maya Snyder, Brendan Jones, Noah Gregson, Michael Nett, Josh Berry now in the playoffs. So that basically means even though Jeremy Clemens and Brandon Brown, they are technically in the top 12, they're not officially in the playoffs because Snyder and, well, I can understand Berry because he's running a part-time schedule. I think he's going full-time now. However, Snyder, however, he's outside of the top 12 and he already has a win, so it's kind of a little bit fucked up there, in my opinion. But that's how the standings currently looks like. Then obviously from 13th to 19th, Jeremy Clemens, Brandon Brown, Riley Herbst, Ryan Sieg, Landon Castle, Alex LeBay, Tommy Joe Martins. So that is really it for the Texas weekend. I think there'll be another Texas race. I can't remember actually, or maybe there isn't. I can't remember, but I have a really bad memory of all the races for all three NASCAR Premier Series. So yeah, that's it for me now. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Catch you guys on next time in the next one. Goodbye.